Okay, so here is the Korg Wurlitzer patch from scratch. It's close. It's not perfect, and I certainly heard some better ones out there, but this is the best I can come up with, and I wanted to quickly just show you what I did, and maybe you can build off of that and make something else. So here's the sound. All right, so let's go through the sound. Let's switch to an init patch. First thing you want to do is make sure that your LFO synchronization's off, because we're going to use that to create a little bit of motion for the waveforms. Okay, so LFO is off. Switch to same octave, triangle wave. Then the main oscillator 1 pitch will be flat, obviously. Let's turn the volume all the way up. We want to try to get a little bit of saturation when we hit the keys harder to get some overdrive. I found the shape works pretty well, somewhere around 11 o'clock there. For the second oscillator, what I found works well is set the sync on. That way you can adjust the pitch to try to get a little bit of a varying sound and adjust the waveform there. So the pitch allows you to kind of tune that waveform. So I found the pitch kind of gives it a better sound if I match it to about 11 o'clock or so, 10 o'clock. So then the shape as well, so the adjustment of the shape, I found works best somewhere around here. So you can kind of see the knobs there. For that, cross mod I have off, I have the sync on, as I said, ring off, and then the pitch envelope kind of gives you a nice little bit of attack. If you set that to about 9 o'clock, and with our second envelope here, we can get a little bit of modulation from that as well. So this is the oscillator section. Then the volume of VCO2 can kind of give you more of an overdrive sound, so that can kind of control how much of that overdrive and kind of attack you have, which can be helpful for different styles, different songs. So noise is off. So coming over to the filter section, resonance at about 9 o'clock, filter right about at 12 o'clock, and the envelope intensity adjustment is about 2 o'clock or so. Normally I have key track off for most songs. If you're playing in the higher register, you might want to turn that on, but I think it has a better classic sound with that off. 4-pole gives you a little bit of a smoother sound. 2-pole gives it a little bit more attack, which is interesting. So I'll keep it on 4-pole for now. Velocity definitely went on. You want to try to simulate the soft playing versus that stronger attack. And the resonance, again, you can kind of use to make different sounds, which is handy. So those are some of the adjustments I'll make. Okay, over to the envelopes for our main envelope for the sound. I have attack down all the way, delay up to about 10 o'clock, sustain up to about 2 o'clock, release about 9, 10 o'clock. For the envelope that we use to adjust kind of our shape here with the pitch, and then the attack cutoff filter. We have everything off except for decay, so decay is at about 9 o'clock. For the LFO, to try to get some of that variation in the sound, put it on triangle wave, EG mod off, the rate is about, you can adjust these for the song. Rate is about 10 o'clock, intensity is about 1 o'clock, and I have it on shape. So that should be all the settings. Let's give it a listen. All right, so it's a little dry, so we're going to give it a little bit more cutoff and resonance. Okay, so it's better. Okay, so now the 2-pole, you'll see. So it just gives it a little bit of a different sound depending on what you're going for. With VCO2, we can turn that up to, you can kind of hear the difference there. And then resonance is another sound you might want to change.